wake up warrior, whatever we're doing today. It's the Leo new moon, and the card that slips itself into hand is the Tower. It's a bright and sunshiny day, or it's dark and gloomy. This Leo new moon in the cusp, Cancer, was just crazy fun. It was wild, absolutely wild, gotta say. Some towers came down, some foundations did get rocked, some stuff happened, some stuff went down, you know? But it was all written in the stars. It came down, like the orders came down from the highest. It came down from the sky. Whatever cracked needed to be cracked. It was absolutely necessary. Yesterday was so beautiful here. It was gray and dark and stormy, and like the rain was coming down so hard. And then it was light, like so bright. When the sun came out, the sun was so bright. I had to put headphones. I had to put headphones on. You might have to put headphones on. Somebody shouldn't hear this. But I had to put sunglasses on. And I've been outside all summer. Never bothered me. But yesterday, the sunshine was so bright in the midst of all of the dark and stormy weather, and it created this very beautiful blue sky. This very beautiful blue sky. Just unique. It was interesting. It was fun. Seven of Swords from that tower. Like, I feel like I can feel this girl, like, laying the string to the dynamite. It's going. We're lighting up. Something in the institution just needed to be looked at. It needed to be seen. And once the light of day had caught wind, had caught on, once we escaped, that's when it all went down. It was like this thing couldn't come down while you were still standing in it. It's like this thing couldn't come down if you were standing in it. It sure hurt though. Three of Swords at the bottom. Not saying it felt good. Good morning, all. Good morning. And wake up, warriors. How are we all doing today? We're going live. We had so many technical complications with Mercury retrograde. I just would rather get this out and have it be done than go through the process of recording, doing all of my stuff, and then it not uploading again. I can't take that disappointment. I'm too prepared. We are too prepared. We may seem a little bit brash, hasty, ouch, ruthless in the way that we executed this action. But again, it wasn't without good reason. There was a wisdom that happened that told us, no, now's the time to go. And because we listened to that voice, because we final destination premonitioned ourselves through the situation, we turned around and we're like, wait, I think we should get off the plane. Everybody get off the plane. And some people, maybe they'll listen and maybe they won't. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll just think you're crazy. But whatever actions we took them for the sake of our own growth. Just looking at that gunmetal arm, they're remembering something that we pulled yesterday. Oh, we slipped out of the skin and revealed the metallic snake. And this metallic snake has guns for arms. Yeah, the 444 would call to that foundational structure and system on that positive or negative connotation. Because what comes down is clearing, it's moving out of the way so that we can rebuild on our own foundations, on our own ground. We all need something to stand on, is the thing. Something firm that we can stand on. Three of Cups, Two of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. I feel like personal relationships might be in question, might be hanging in the balance, might be up in the air. Yeah. Yeah, personal relationships are we're kind of blinded out. Like when we did this thing, when we made this act, it changed everything. It changed the whole script so fast and so hard that we got an illegal bite sequence. I got hit with an illegal bite sequence 3 times, going through different programs, just trying to save a file. And the whole thing, the whole message was about recoding. It was about reprogramming. So I think that's why we have to go through this blind. We don't know who our real friends are, but in the end, we're prepared for either one. I'm not sure if you're an ally or an enemy, but we're ready either way. It's not that we don't want that commonality. It's not that we don't appreciate what this institution represented for us. But again, there was something in it. It was literally like the Loki fly stabbing us in the eye. And we couldn't help but feel that sting, see what we saw, and understand that regardless of what everybody else sees, it's our perspective. It's our foundation that matters. It's our morality that we hold up. And we might have to sneak our morality away. We might have to hide it and not express it, but hold it a little bit close to us. Not for the sake of like not wanting to tell people why or share our plights or struggles, but because it's so much. It's an armful. Look at how much we're carrying here. There's so much here to say, and like I just feel like none of these swords would land had we dropped them. You know, if we took this whole armful of swords and just let it go, how many of them would actually stick into the ground and stand up in this place? Probably not that many. Probably not that many. And I think that's why we're concealing, we're pulling it back, and we're holding on to it because it's for us and it's not for anybody else. It's not for us to tell anybody what's right or what's wrong. We have to be our own guide. And by maintaining that mentality is how we find our true friends, find the people who really genuinely care about us and want to connect with us in a real way, not just for their own sake of feeling heard, but to hear you. Yeah, we'll take all that. Yeah, we'll take all that, whatever you got. We're prepared for anything. Wherever we're going, wherever we're headed, whether it's behind enemy lines or we're going back home, bring it. I'm gonna take the face down cards first because I want to. It's the world and judgment. You are the judge of your own world, but it's your world, not theirs. I'll say it again because it bears repeating. It's not for us to tell other people if they are right or wrong. It's up to us to tell ourselves, is this right or is this wrong for me? Where am I going? Where do I want this world to turn? And using our best judgment, not to pass on others from high and mighty pedestal. No, no, no. We already took that tower down. There's no hill to stand on. It's all flat. We flattened out and evened the ground and evened the keel. Brought it down. And I picked it back up. I kind of want to leave it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the story mode goes. Because by taking our swords, our thoughts, our actions, and placing them ever just so, this is what closed out that cycle. This is what closed out the cycle of feeling the need to conform ourselves or shrink ourselves for others. If we're going to a temple where we don't feel like our opinion is valued, there's no reason to keep going. If what we say doesn't count, or if it's unheard, or without. Lovers with the Six of Cups is weird. There may be, Mercury retrograde and all of that. There may be some old relationships, old flames coming back up in. Maybe connections that were lost due to the connection that we had with this particular institution, person, place, or thing that was actually blocking out the old matches that maybe weren't so suited for us in the past, but now that we've grown into our clothes, now that we've grown into our outfits, and we look the look, we walk the walk, and talk the talk, all of that came out super reversed. Mosquitoes. The mosquitoes are back. I miss the spiders. There wasn't a single spider. Ah, the arrival of the mosquitoes, of the bloodsuckers, of the draining. It's about knowing what time is your time and what place is your space. It's about holding your sword, your thought, your action, your words upright, standing tall, and moving. Those thoughts, actions, and directives are what's going to push you over the waters of sorrow, of sadness, of loss. Four of Wands in the Chariot. Told you I picked that tower back up. I think we need to hold on to that tower. We're setting up a party. There is that foundation, that desire coming through to rebuild. It's not going to be, it might be a little shaky at first. It might be a little bit of a rocky road. It might be difficult. And I think that's why we have to hold on to the power of this dynamite that we hold and be willing to break it all down over and over again. That we build it up right. That seems like a crazy cycle. The live took a turn of like life sucking energy. No offense. No offense. But it's about putting your places and spaces in the right places and spaces. Just coming in and bombarding people with energy bowling over, storming into rooms and walking all over the people, the situations, the places, and the spaces. Which say may be true. You could be a bot. You could be anybody. But the pull on the energy in the public forum is what makes it a little disgraceful. Yeah, like I said, holding them. We're holding those swords. We're holding on to that pain. It's not for us to unload and drop an armful of swords onto somebody else's toes. That's why I said, don't go bumbling into places that aren't meant for us, that aren't made for us. And maybe what we need to move forwards into is a lighter space and place with less boundaries, less restrictions, just a little bit more freeing, a little bit more happy. You got to let that sunshine in. Leo season, and we have all of the reasons to be happy. Experience that miss. Placing those swords, delegating where they go. King of Cups, King of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. I wish I brought my sage. I need to clear the energy, clear the space, clear the room. I think I'd like to stand in this room alone with my own swords for a while. Let that Nine of Swords tell me what it needs to tell me rather than blocking it out and trying to avoid it, all the while being haunted and tormented by it. We need to take rulership and we need to take ownership of those dark and hard times, those dark thoughts. Again, not dumping anything out onto somebody else because we have this masculine energy showing up from ourselves, for ourselves, to tell us how to uphold, how to carry, and how to move forward. Seek your own inner guidance and wisdom. And let your shadow tell you what it really wants. That doesn't mean engage with it in the way that means like taking out those actions and expressing them. That means observing them, sitting with those dark feelings that you have. Where does that come from? What is it that I really want? Why do I feel that way? Why do I feel this aggression to go and take this thing? Is it because I want that for myself? Well, maybe instead of going in and taking that thing, we should take what we need and go get it. Why don't we just go get it? Go get that thing that you want. You can do it without harming others. You don't have to aggressively rob somebody, geez, for what it is that you think that you want or need. But having those feelings, having those urges, that's not necessarily a bad thing. The bad thing is acting on that. The right thing is observing that feeling and saying, well, how can I get that for myself? How can I bring that in? I want that sunshine. How do I get the clouds to part? Drinking water and journaling might actually be a very useful tool at this time. Keeping yourself hydrated so that energy can flow more freely through your body, and letting that energy flow out of you into your pen or your phone if you journal on your phone. You know, I do voice notes too. I've stuff everywhere. Notes and thoughts everywhere. But letting them flow out of you gives you that opportunity to look down on the page and really observe. Again, without acting. You're not screaming these thoughts at the person that you're angry at. You're writing them down and reviewing them with yourself. Because acting out an aggression in the external, I feel like that's only going to cause more nightmares. It's only going to bring more trouble, more struggles, more worries, more strife. If we really want to let that sunshine in, we need to figure out how to lighten that load. So take a lot of time to meditate. Don't spend a lot of time reacting to things. If you find yourself reacting too much to your situations, circumstances, find a way to pull yourself away from those things that trouble you. Drink your water, write in your journal, let it all flow out so that you can better understand how your natural energy flow works and how you can make that work for you. And if you're having trouble sleeping, do more work, work harder. And I don't mean bury yourself under obligations, thoughts, fears, worries. It's about bringing it down to the ground and letting it go, letting it flow, letting it move you in the direction and become your current that pushes you to the next. All right, kids, I think I've about had it. This has been a very interesting read, and I hope you all have a fantastic Leo moon. We'll see you next time.